Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 57th episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers titled Enter the Lizzinator. We begin this episode with a bunch of prepubescent girls practicing for cheerleading tryouts. Power Rangers, this is not the content that I came here for. Apparently, Kim's little red-headed cousin friend thing named Kelly is in the troupe, and apparently Kim was a cheerleader at some point for Angel Grove Junior High. Kelly thinks that she sucks because she said the last part of the cheer off from everyone else. I don't get it either. Kim tries to tell her that she needs to just practice, and Kelly makes a valid point. The tryouts are this afternoon, and if she doesn't have it down by now, she has no hope. Also, she tells Kim that everyone at her school still talks about how great of a cheerleader that Kim was. Sounds like Kim was giving handies out left and right if you ask me. On the moon, Rita is upset no one is cheering for her. And Finster lets her know that the Lizzinator is almost ready, and Goldar wants to kidnap Kelly for some reason. Babu and Squad also want to learn cheers for Rita, so cool. At the youth center, Jason, Zach, Billy, and Trini come in, and Ernie tells them that his delivery truck broke down, so Jason volunteers to go get the shipment for him. Kim tries to teach Kelly again, and Kelly gets mad and just tosses the pom-poms down and runs away. At the park, Tommy and Kim come over to Kelly, and Kim tells her that everyone has to practice, including her. This is one of those rare moments where it actually feels like Kim and Tommy are a couple. They tell her to stop comparing herself to Kim and do what she does best, when putties show up. Kim and Tommy fight the putties on the playground to the tune of Ron Wasserman's We Need a Hero, which is awesome. But then Babu and Squat show up and kidnap Kelly. This is giving me Maria vibes. They take her to a cave. At the youth center, Kim and Tommy meet up with Trini, Billy, and Zach before leaving. Meanwhile, Jason walks with some boxes, and he's attacked by the Lizzinator, a hairy lizard monster with a bad Austrian accent. It's morphin' time! Then the Lizzinator just picks up a car and tosses it at Jason. Needless to say, the rest of this fight doesn't go nearly as well as it could have, as Jason gets tossed around like a damn rag doll, but then Lizzinator just leaves anyways. Then, at the command center, all 6 Rangers get caught up with Zoran about how the Lizzinator is stronger than Jason, and definitely could butt-fuck them all. According to Billy, his skin is made from an intergalactic super metal. The monster's in the quarry somewhere, and once again, it's morphin' time. The 5 Rangers without Tommy show up though? What happened to him? Whatever. There's a putty fight and Jason tries to stop the monster from getting a car for some reason, and he gets punched in the face by a putty before he ends up on top of it and getting fired at. This episode's pretty ridiculously weird. I love it. The Lizzinator throws rocks at Jason, and Tommy comes flying in out of literally nowhere, and he hits the rocks back. Tommy was clearly not supposed to be with them before. It's time for Tommy to show off, and he does battle with the Lizzinator. In the cave, Babu and Squat wonder if Rita will give them something great for doing something adequate. Then, Kelly remembers what Kim said in a translucent flashback, and she suggests that she teaches them some cheers. Meanwhile, Tommy single-handedly gets Lizzinator to stop attacking somehow, and Rita decides now is the time to make him giant. Tommy calls out the Dragon Zord right away, and it's a robot dragon versus a Terminator ripoff battle. Then, the Lizzinator tosses the Dragon Zord on the ground, and that's when the other Rangers decide it's probably time to call out their Dinozords. They bring them together as a Megazord like they always do, and before anything happens, we cut back to Kelly teaching Babu and Squat learning cheers, and somehow they get all dizzy with pom-poms. Whatever. Back at the Zord battle, Lizzinator uses toxic breath against them, which causes them to spark for some odd reason. So they just say F this, and they call out Titanus and form the Ultra Zord, and they kill Lizzinator. R.I.P. you Arnold ripoff. Zora and Alpha have found Kelly, and we see her still teaching Babu and Squat in the cave, and the two of them disappear before the Power Rangers teleport in. At the youth center, it's time for Kelly's tryout, but not before Bulk and Skull show up to make fun of a middle schooler for absolutely no reason. Bulk rips his pants and leaves. Now, it's time for Kelly to do that thing that we've seen her do all episode. Just kidding, she just dances to a totally different song for no reason. She made the team. The end. This episode isn't super, but I dig the Jason versus Lizzinator stuff. Other than that, it's pretty generic, especially when it comes to Tommy just coming in out of nowhere to save the day for absolutely no reason. A lot of people in the fandom don't like Tommy as a character because the show definitely began to cater to him a lot more from now until his departure from the show, and it's kind of clear to see why when it comes to episodes like this, where it had nothing to do with Tommy, but Tommy is just always there for no reason, and if he wasn't, it's because he needed to come in at the last second to look cool. Will the next time continue to be all about Tommy? Find out then. But until then, may the power protect you.